Hello Mindfulness Project family! It is 1st of December and now it's Advent calendar time. So whenever you see that we have these stupid red hats on our head, you know it's Advent calendar. This is our time to say thank you to you. Thank you to all the support you have given us the whole year, money-wise, energy-wise, all the support, and especially the support I received from you guys and when my niece died in a car accident, and it was really overwhelming. So this is our thank you to all of you. So it's 24 days of teachings, and like I said yesterday, we're going to have a whole time of teaching about the Brahma Viharas, the 4 divine states. And today I'm going to talk about metta, which means loving kindness, or is a lot of times also translated as unconditional love. And the first thing I would like to do is to tell you that most of the people have a completely funny and wrong perception of what unconditional love is. A lot of people come to me and say, Christian, these teachings just really hindered me to keep my boundaries and, you know, to just really, you know, care for myself. I've been too long in unhealthy relationships and and that is all because of a misunderstanding of the concept of unconditional love. So Ram Dass, this great teacher I love so much, he once told the story that his teacher came to him once and said, Ram Dass, you really need to love all living beings. So this is your task, really, for a whole day, love every single human being. The next day, he came to him and said, Ram Dass, your task today is to be really, really 100% honest and true. And so after a while he realized, wait a second, you know, these are really absolutely contradictory advices, because in the moment he tried to love everybody. He was just going around and you know, just being nice to everybody, you know, always be calm and smiling and loving and giving, and he got really exhausted. And the next day he tried to be honest, and then he realized, wait, I hate every single person here. You know, I hate all the other devotees who are taking time from me, and the guru, you know, they're all coming around here, and I see this one is full of ego and this one is full of shit and, you know, selfishness and stuff like this. So he was bouncing back and forth, and the next day his guru came again and said, Ram Dass, the task today is to love everybody. And the next day again, be honest to yourself. So at one point he was just breaking down and said, Guruji, I cannot do it. And then his guru was laughing and laughing. And so the idea of unconditional love, a lot of people think it is that you don't judge anybody, that you take your partner, for example, the way he or she is, and you just love this person, you know. And also this is the way how we would love to be loved, you know. We kind of you know, want from our partner that he or she is taking us the way we are, that we don't have to be somebody else, that we don't have to, and So that just never happens, you know, because the whenever humans are coming together, it's a trade, it's a transaction, you know. Whenever humans are coming together, there are conditions, and these conditions mean we are coming together, and it only works out until both sides are in you know, getting something out of it. Because when humans are meeting with each other, then they have desires, and these desires want to be met. So two people coming together, and the reason usually why they have sex with each other is because they both have the desires to it, and they both want to be, satisfied in this desire. And if one is just caring about his, own needs and not taking care of the need of the other person, then sexuality is not really good. That's the same thing with everything else, even when it comes to business, like even if it's a customer relationship, a company can never thrive when it hasn't the benefit of the customer in mind. So in the long run, that also just doesn't work if just one side is thinking about their own thing. So whenever humans are coming together, they are coming together with needs. So that is really, really important to understand. So don't, if I would go to Anya and say, hey, Anya, I'm just having sex with everybody I want. And she would say, and then there's the door. I would say, hey, come on, meditate a little bit more. You're not unconditionally loving me. She would say, no, that is not unconditional love, because, unconditional love means something completely different. So, and it is a mistake to try to search for unconditional love where there are needs and desires. Yeah? So whenever there are needs and desires in place, and that's for 99.9% of the relationships, like if you are, living open relationships, for example, then there's a condition of, open relationship. And if one partner decides, hey, I don't want open relationship anymore, then it wouldn't be unconditional love if you then switch to committed relationship if this is not your desire and your needs. Does that make sense? Yeah, so the needs need to be met, and it has nothing to do with unconditional love. Because if you really want to enter into the realm of the Brahma Viharas, and we are talking now about the divine states of our human brain, yeah, and it has nothing to do with Buddhism or Christianity or religion or something like this. There is, and I will give a nice example tomorrow about how unconditional love can look in daily life. But the Buddha was talking about enlightened mind states, basically, and we can all have them. But in order to do so, you need to understand what it actually is, so that you just know where to look for. And the idea is that in unconditional love, you start with yourself. So then it's more easy to understand, because inside of yourself, you have the positive traits and the negative traits. And the difficult ones, and where you hurt other people and where you love other people. There's this yin and yang, the dualities of existence. So, and unconditional love means that you come to a point where you are in full acceptance. That's the key, in full acceptance of who and what you are, without wanting anything to change, because you don't want to change on the conventional level of being, because we are in this world. We are with the dualities in this world. There's nothing right or wrong, good or bad. On the unconditional level of our existence, there is only love, in the sense of the deepest acceptance of who and what I am. Which does not mean that I just lean back and say, okay, I have these neuroses, I have, I'm constantly unable to be polite to other people, that you just all accept that in pure love or something like this. No, it is that you accept what is in this moment, and you start to love what is, but you still see what is wholesome and what is unwholesome for yourself. Unconditional love means that you are thriving for, expressing your inherent nature, and your inherent nature is not that you're hurting other people. Your inherent nature is not, that you're harming yourself with, too much chocolate, or, alcohol, too much alcohol and, unhealthy stuff. It's not like this. Unconditional love means that you know the dualities and that you just really, really look deeper beyond duality, beyond the conditioned mind of having needs to go to the fridge, that you go beyond that, not in a judging way, not in a not loving way, but in the most loving way, to see there is a plane of existence, a state of the mind where these things are not judged, but that these things have no grip on, no access to. And this plane of existence is the most powerful thing, what is there out in the world, that it means to say stop to that which is unwholesome and which is just really purely thriving towards that. And if you develop this kind of mind state in yourself, that makes other people just, come to you, stick to you, wanting to be with you, and then relationships transcend in a completely different way, not in the sense of that I'm unconditionally love everybody who is coming to me. No, even monks, they have 211 rules what you have to follow to stay in a monastery. It's not like become a monk and do what you want. That's not the game. The game is, coming together and thriving towards that which is your inherent nature. And unconditional love is this inherent nature, which we all, can sense that it is there. And what I like so much is a lot of times unconditional love is more translated, the word metta, as unattached love. So that means a love which is not based on desires and needs. It is beyond the desires and needs. You can be on a level where, and that's totally okay, where you meet somebody and you want your needs to be fulfilled. That's your partner, even with your friends, you want certain needs to be fulfilled, the need of connection. But when you go deep into meditation, you go deep into the metta practices of, just infusing, your mind with these states of, may my best friend be full of loving kindness. May my parents be full of loving kindness. May everybody be healthy and free. And what it does from a neuroscientific perspective is that it makes these kind of practices make a bridge between your rational conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and it triggers certain circuits which are responsible for connection and intimacy, basically. So you're triggering these circuits in your mind again and again, and that triggers in us that which is human in us. We are, community animals. We are, we need connection. And so these practices bring you into a state as if you have a really deep connection with somebody, as if you just really be with your loved ones, or, even more. And it brings you to a state, and that is really important, where you experience yourself as part of something bigger. So that means the illusion of separation in your mind while doing these practices is falling away. And when you're in the state of, non-separation, when you see your partner as part of yourself, then your natural wish will come up that that part of you is nurtured as much as your own part is nurtured. So that means, for your inner life, you always need to find the balance that, your inner child is nurtured as well as your inner grown-up. So there are also these inner dualities we have. But when I just get into a state of mind where the dualities dissolve, then, both parts are equally satisfied. And by the way, how I behave, because I'm acting out of my inherent nature, which is just unconditional love, in the sense that the whole picture is taken care of, not only one. Yeah, unconditional love does not mean only your partner gets what he or she wants. It's oneness, it's wholeness, and you just infuse your mind again and again and again and again, activating the circuits of connection and interbeing and oneness, and that radiates to the outside. But what we need for that is that we go beyond the concepts, and to achieve unconditional love, and this is super important, you need to let go of the concept of unconditional love. Because everything, the truth, is only revealed when you let go of the concept. So basically just practicing without, aiming on something specific, and just doing the practice of welcoming reality as it is and being in full radical acceptance will reveal automatically unconditional love. Yeah, the absolute acceptance of what is right now in the moment without wanting it to change will reveal and give birth to your inherent nature, which just clearly knows what is good and what is not good for me, what is right and what is wrong. And, just opens up to this realm of, I don't know. I have no idea. The only thing I know is what helps me, and when my niece died, I could clearly see that the only thing what could help in this moment was this unconditional love to suffering. To open your doors to this suffering and say, yeah, okay, it is there, and I'm able to be there without wanting it to be different. And to be vulnerable, to be sad, to be, whatever life and this duality, this realm of duality is bringing to me. And what is carrying us through is this a sense of connection, where I saw that so many people were lighting a candle on the day, when my niece got buried. And, that so many people were actually sending us energy. And that is what the whole game is about. The more we take care of others, the more, this natural being with each other will evolve. And I hope we can really bring Christmas back to what it's actually meant to be. Like a time where we go inside, where we go really deep to start to love ourselves in the way of what unconditional love actually means, to say yes to that what is inside of me, and not rejecting anything, not opposing anything. And with this kind of energy, seeing, okay, there comes up a love which is directing me automatically into, who I am. And that's a question for Christmas. Love means to understand who I am. Love means to understand that there is an illusion of separation. And when I dwell in this mind of unity, then truth will come, and the truth will reveal itself. You don't need to understand. And I can only repeat it, with the death of my niece, I realized my mind cannot fix anything. It's only my heart which can. And we need to get away from this male dominant way of living our life, and we need to come to a more female way of being in this life, which means both energies are there in balance. Okay, I love you so much. Again, thank you for all your support. That means everything to us. And we hope we can just cheer you up a little bit. Tomorrow I'll be back with a little story about unconditional love. And I wish you the best day. Enjoy it. We don't know how long we have on this planet. Every single day counts. 1st of December, live it. Thank you.